Is that all it's going to do? I do it now. Captain? When are you coming back? Captain? Hello? Miss? Miss? Are you all right? Excuse me, but the evidence seems to suggest otherwise. Would you tell me your name, please?
Flora White.
Flora? Could I persuade you to come out of the rain, Flora? You'll catch your death out here.
I don't care.
I'm quite certain Mr. Tesla has fresh towels and a nice fire inside.
Do you know him?
Do I know who?
Tesla. Do you know Mr. Tesla?
Well, obviously you must, to have come all the way out here.
Is he your friend?
My friend? No. No, I never met him.
Then he won't listen to you. He won't let me in.
I'm quite certain Mr. Tesla is a man of common decency. Of course he'll let you inside. I'll make sure of it. Please. Now, what makes you think Mr. Tesla won't let you inside?
He told me so. He already turned me away.
He did? What's this? Miss, I believe this could be yours.
Oh, dear God, thank you. Thank you. I couldn't bear to lose this.
It's very pretty. So you were saying Mr. Tesla turned you away? Why would he do that?
What's your name, sir?
My name is Gustav.
You're very kind, Mr. Gustav. But I'm afraid this is a private matter.
Ah.
The door is open. Mr. Tesla?
Oh, he's dead.
Is he all right? No. No!
Stand back, miss. What's going on here?
Detective Gustav, I assume. My apologies, I didn't hear the bell. You must be exhausted. Sweden is a long way to come from. If you will be so kind as to follow me, I will show you to your room.
Stop. Who are you?
I am Oliver Swan, sir. Mr. Tesla's manservant.
Look,
Yes, sir.
what happened here?
What do you mean, sir?
Are you blind?
Yes, sir. Blind from birth.
Besides the three of us, how many people in this house?
4, sir.
Call them down immediately. Bang the gong.
Sir?
You're a detective.
Bang the gong right now. No, I'm not.
But he called you detective.
Mr. Swan,
Sir?
how many exits in this building?
Only the front door, sir. But all the windows can be opened from the inside.
What's that?
That's the murder weapon.
Why the devil is the dinner gong being rung at such an hour? My God. Is he dead?
Mr. Swan, stay where you are. Who are you?
Edison. Thomas Edison.
Edison, the inventor.
Tesla invited me. Who are you?
My name is Gustav.
Gustav?
That's right.
The detective so good they named him twice. Of course. Your downfall is quite Shakespearean.
Who are you?
I don't know what kind of detective doesn't recognize the most famous stage actress in the world. That's Sarah Bernhardt. The Divine Sarah?
And you? What's your name?
My name is Augustus Vanderberg. I'm Marcus Vanderberg's son.
Marcus Vanderberg,
You follow
the
him.
famous railroad magnate.
I can't be here. I've got to get out of here.
Nobody's going anywhere!
I can't be here. I mean, what are people going to say?
They'll say Tesla had himself an accident.
Oh, this was no accident. He died from a blow to his head, and the blood has only started congealing around the edges. This happened less than 10 minutes ago.
What does that
It
mean?
means I'm a murder suspect.
We all are.
We can't leave him like this.
I need to mark the time of death. My pocket watch is still on Swedish time. Mr. Edison, you are an American. You have the local time. Yes?
Why does he look so old?
The time, please.
6 o'clock. Exactly 6.
There's someone out there, look!
Nobody moves. Stop! Turn around!
I'm unarmed.
I hope so. For your sake. Back to the house.
Why in God's name didn't he just shoot him?
Maybe he'd rather ask questions first.
Stop. Mr. Swan, where's the dining room?
That way, sir. And we have a telephone there, too.
Keep walking.
Well, that was over quickly.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
I wonder if Tesla has a set of gallows around here somewhere.
Nobody's to leave this house. I intend to speak with each of you. That's far enough.
What?
What's this?
My last will and testament.
Strange thing to travel with.
Every man's journey ends in the grave. I'm just prepared. If you die without a will, then they auction off everything you had. And I won't stand for that.
Victor Mundy. That your name?
Yeah,
All right. Why did you run, Mr. Mundy?
because I'm a murderer.
Sir, Mr. Mundy is here by invitation. Same as you and the other guests.
Sit down.
Sir, the local police can take charge of this matter for you.
Local police.
Han pausar nu. Play som är bara igen. Oops. What?
Why not?
I have to read this. It says push movement again to read. Right. Pick that up. Push movement again to read. No. I don't get that. Right. Oh, go.
Hello, operator. Please connect me to the police, please. Hello, police? This is Detective Gustav. Yes, it's Swedish. I'm calling from Mr. Tesla's island. There's been a murder here, and I need you to send a boat immediately. Thank you.
It's going to be the guy who can't see. That's what I'm going to guess.
Mr. Swan, please tend to the other guests until the police arrive.
Very well, sir.
Is he still making any noises?
Tell me the truth right now.
Nah, he's up to no good.
A few months ago, he fired me without notice. I came here to beg for my job back. I need money, but he wouldn't even let me inside to talk.
You worked here.
Yes.
You know the house. Right then, take this. Search each floor and report back to me.
We only just met.
I trust you.
I could be the killer for all you know.
No, you couldn't. Because in the rain, there were no footprints around you.
What does that prove?
In this weather, that kind of soil, rain takes at least 20 minutes to wash away footprints. Which means that you were sitting exactly where I found you for at least 20 minutes before I arrived. But Mr. Tesla was killed less than 10 minutes before we found him. So you see, you're the only person I can trust in this house. I am a detective. And I will catch this killer.
But he just said he didn't.
Did he? You can go now.
All right. Please be careful, Mr. Gustav.
I will.
Who's the French woman out there?
I don't think you're Miss Bernard's type, Mr. Mundy. So, you killed Mr. Tesla?
You say I did.
Really? Why would I say that?
Because I killed before. I killed my wife. And a bit on the side. I did 26 years behind bars for it. So I'm an easy scapegoat for something like this.
And why did you come?
Because I got a letter. Out of the blue. Tesla said he can change my life. Make my mistake undone. Let's just say he got my attention. He said the same to you, didn't he?
How well did you know him?
First I'd ever heard of him when I got a letter. And when I got you, the blind bloke opened the door. First time I'd ever seen Tesla, or any of the other guests, is when you found him.
Not much of an alibi, Mr. Mundy. A blind man.
When I killed my wife, my daughter testified against me. Little Mary Mundy. 7 years old she was back then. But those fancy men in their wigs, they believed her. That's why I snuck a knife into the courtroom. I went for her throat. But I missed. I took her nose clean off her face. A juicy little scrap for the courthouse dog. I still dream about finally gutting that ungrateful bitch, wherever she is now.
Why are you telling me this?
Because you need to understand. If I want to kill someone, I don't hide it. I don't lie. People lie because they're afraid. And I ain't afraid of nothing. What about you?
Me? I don't like violent men, Mr. Mundy. They bring out the worst in me. Do not try to leave this house before my investigation is over. You can go. For now.
Why are you just sitting there? So read, oh, the triangle to read. Wait, subtitles now, English. Theater. What? Wait. seen him mostly. Right, this could be quite good. Right. This is back at the start again. Right, so chapter 2 still downloading. Right. So I've seen all that, so if I go into here. He's already dead. What are you doing? Dodgy character. Alright. That's annoying. Alright. What have you been up to?
Mr. Edison, you promised innovation. You promised greatness. Yet 10 months after investing in you, we are still left wanting. If you cannot fulfill your obligation to us, do not expect us to fulfill our financial obligation to you. Sincerely, J.P. Morgan. Mr. Edison.
Hello? Hello? What are you talking about? I'm playing the Invisible Hours PlayStation VR game. What's that? A screenshot? Ah. Wait. Oh no, that's away, that's away. Oh, right. Oh, that's away. Wait, no. That's a wee strange one. Hello? What? What? But why? Why would you buy another PlayStation 4? Just so you can be like me? Why would that mean it was stolen if it's got no hard drive? It probably doesn't work. It probably... But then... You believe him. But you won't know if you've not got a hard drive. Well, you do that then. You put your hard drive in there, it won't work. But you need to download the system software and install it onto the hard drive, on a new hard drive. And so basically, you're going to have to buy another hard drive, at least a 500. Well, if you got a 500 gigabyte one, probably about 20 quid or something. But for the PlayStation, it needs a hard drive to run. It needs to, I would imagine, I've never tried anything less than 500 gigabyte, but I'd imagine it'll need to be. I don't think it'll work. I don't think so. I don't know. But why are you wanting another PlayStation 4? But why though? Is this a joke? You can get a PlayStation 4 that's got everything working and a control pad and that for less than £100. Oh, definitely. I think you can anyway. I think you can. But maybe you'd be more likely paying about £100. But I think I've seen some of them go for less. It depends on how desperate they sell them, I suppose. Though. Well, I don't watch it. I've not got the telly connected. Nah. Kind of. Oh, I don't know. It was some weird thing that I've never even heard of the thing. I'm thinking it was Something I can't remember. No, it was some weird thing. I thought it was an internet thing. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah. Well, oh right, with a spoon. No. With a knife. Yeah. No, you never made that. That's an old joke about. Yeah, but it's not. It's not because. Oh, I don't know. It's an old joke. Yeah. Huh? I don't get that. Oh, right, okay, right. That's good. Aye. You get it if you want, but I mean, you'll know about it. You'd have to make sure it works. You'd have to have a hard drive ready to go. I don't think you think putting your own hard drive in, you'd still have to re-in with the software and that, I think. Alright then. Bye. Right.
If you will be so kind as to follow me, I will show you to your room.
What happened here?
Bang the gong.
Bang the gong right now. No, I'm not.
But he called you
Mr. Swan, sir?
Oh, he was already in here.
Oh, bloody hell.
Ah.
Mr. Swan, stay where you are. Who are you?
Jesus.
Edison, the inventor. My name is Gustav.
Gustav.
Right.
I read about you in the papers, of course. Your downfall.
Who are you?
Pardon me.
The famous railroad magnate. Nobody's
Where are you going?
anywhere. Oh, this was no accident. Stop! Turn around!
Please! Someone, tell me, what is
The killer's
happening?
trying to escape.
How do we know that's the killer?
Innocent men don't run.
But men with guns are not to be trusted.
They're coming back.
Why in God's name didn't he just shoot him?
Maybe he'd rather ask questions first.
Oh no.
Or maybe they're friends.
Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. James?
I must confess, Miss Bernhardt.
Can you hear me, James? Are you out there somewhere?
When your name is on lunch, I don't know anything that I can do, but I can assure you that
You know, I think secretly, Father's glad you drowned. Because it's given him another reason to hate me. Last week, when I left Manchester, he said, I hope the Atlantic is as kind to you as it was to your brother. I tried to be like you, James. I buried my urges. But I suppose I'm always going to be a disgrace to him, aren't I? And now, here I am again, mixed up in another scandal. And you know what the papers will say. And he'll read them, and he'll believe them. He'll disown me forever. I'm like a dead limb that he once cut off. Maybe it's time I cut myself off. James. James.
Your suitcase. The police will arrive shortly.
Don't trust you.
Are you alright, sir?
Dodgy character.
Just leave me alone, please.
Very well, sir.
Wait. Could you... Would you tell my father that I'm giving him what he wants most in this world?
And, what is that, sir?
Another dead son. It's the only kind he seems to care about. So tell him I'm drinking this poison for him. Bottoms up.
Whatever is the matter, hurting yourself is not the answer. Why would you poison your own drink?
Because I can't make my father love me.
All fathers love their sons.
You know, I've tried to be what he wanted. But all he tells me is fine feathers don't make a fine bird.
Well, you seem like a very fine bird to me. Young man, fathers are not always right. You are drunk. And no man thinks good thoughts when he is drunk. Come, you must take a walk and clear your head. What?
Oh.
What kind of man would I be if I let the army come to you? Huh? Come. Do you know what you have there?
I think Tesla called it a spirit radio.
Yes. So, you are interested in machines, in engineering.
Well, my father's an engineer. Brought the railroads to England and designed the carriages that run on them. He's a great businessman. You know, I thought maybe if I learnt about machines, then we could find some common ground.
Well, this house is full of mechanical wonders. Now, I must take Miss Barnhart her suitcase. But please, explore the house.
Oops.
Take your troubles off your mind, young man.
Oh, please, let me carry that for you. I'm embarrassed to see you still working for us.
Oh, no. You're a good boy. You relax a while in the library, and when I come back, I will make hot tea, and we will talk some more. Yes?
I'm so glad you found me. You know, a man like you would usually be scrambling around looking for Tesla's will. He had money, you know. Sure, he left you and your family plenty.
Such things do not interest me.
So, Tesla's library, it's in there. I'm so sorry. You can't see where I'm pointing, can you?
Well, if it smells like dust and old socks, you are on the right track.
Thank you.
The fuck is that?
Perhaps such things do interest me.
What was that? I was saying help. What? I'll find out later. Oh no, was that woman killing that guy? Who's that? Oh.
Monsieur Tesla,
I'm afraid your bizarre offer to make my mistake undone falls on deaf ears. For you see, I do not regard what I did as a mistake at all. That wretched old man abused dozens of women just like me. I could not let that continue. I do not know how you found out, but this secret will remain a secret, or it will be the worse for you. Veuillez agréer, Sarah Bernard.
No, what is that? Oh. Right. I've seen them most of the time. Sneak out a bit. Oh. No. No. I'm gonna go start at the beginning. Chapter 2 with him, I think. Was that chapter? No, it's
Flora.
Yeah. I know how you feel.
An incantation for astral projection. Animum carumpare quia sedectilis velit.
Why did you want to know where the butler...
Oh, I thought Mr. Swan was in here.
Flora. Did you find anything?
No, nothing.
Why did you want to know where the butler is?
I was hungry. What about Victor Mundy? I thought he did it.
I'm going to talk to everybody.
Why did you lie about being a detective?
I didn't lie.
You didn't tell the truth.
All that matters is bringing this killer to justice.
I have a right to know who I'm stuck in this house with. Why did you say you weren't a detective?
Because a real detective doesn't make mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes. You look like you could use a drink. I know where Tesla keeps the good whiskey.
No. No, there's work to be done.
So who do you think killed Mr. Tesla?
It's a little early for that. But I have my suspicions.
Who?
Mr. Edison!
You think it was Edison?
Go.
I'll check the rest of the house.
dodgy, dodgy. What?
I am a respected inventor, Detective, not a dog. Don't call me in such a manner.
Sit.
I see you don't drink the house whiskey.
Your cologne smells very expensive.
It's rose water. Same scent that Mozart wore.
Ah. Hoping some of his genius would rub off on you.
I already am a genius.
Isn't that what they say about you and Tesla? That you are the Salieri to his Mozart.
You've got a damn nerve.
You knew each other well, didn't you? At best you were rivals, at worst enemies maybe. Yet according to the papers, Mr. Tesla out-invented you time and time again. Have I got that right?
Nikola Tesla was...
Last will and testament of Victor Mundy. I, Vic... direct that all estate, inheritance...
more my equal than you are, Detective.
Then why come all the way out here?
Perhaps you should lay off the booze, Mr. Gustav. It pushes a man's mind in foolish directions.
You came to kill Tesla, didn't you?
Who the hell do you think you are?
Well, if you didn't, why are you here? Why are you here, Mr. Edison?
Because I wanted to know what he meant.
About what?
Tesla said if I came, he could make my mistake undone. I wanted to know how.
What mistake? Oh, I assure you, I will find out either way.
A man like me receives dozens of unsolicited designs every day. Some of my inventions may have been, shall we say, inspired by those designs. And somehow Nikola found out. He called it my great mistake. Dear God, I do hope this isn't your will. There's barely a word spelled correctly.
So, you stole your inventions. You're not a genius, you're a thief.
You can't put a steak in front of a wolf and expect them not to eat it.
Tesla could have ruined your name. That's a powerful motive for murder.
You think I would really tell you all that so willingly if I actually killed the man?
Well, in my experience, people tend to tell a little truth to hide the bigger lie.
Brilliant theory, Detective. But I'm afraid I must exonerate myself. Follow me. Heel. Mr. Vanderberg! Mr. Vanderberg!
What are you doing?
Murder is a matter of motive and opportunity, yes? Evidently, you're stupid enough to believe I was sufficiently motivated. But let us now test your little theory and see if I had opportunity. Where the hell is that boy? Probably got stuck in a pile of his father's money. Mr. Vanderberg!
And was Tesla a good man to
Alibi,
you?
Mr. Edison. You would have told me by now.
I didn't expect to be accused.
All right. Where were you when Mr. Tesla was killed?
I was alone in my room.
Not a very good alibi, is it?
I don't remember hearing yours. Maybe you killed him.
Hello? What's going on?
Tell him what you told me. About what you heard. You heard a woman. Tell him.
Well, a few minutes before you arrived, I heard something.
What?
Someone, a woman's voice, arguing with Tesla. It must have been moments before he was murdered.
A woman's voice? Whose voice?
I don't know. I was upstairs in my room and the storm was too loud to hear what they were up in arms about.
At that time, there was only one woman in this house.
You think she killed him?
Mademoiselle? Miss Bernard?
Oh, she seems pleasant enough. But they say she used to be a whitetail.
I'm afraid your American slang is lost on me, Mr. Edison.
No, that's probably for the best. Just remember, she's an actress. She lies for a living.
Bonsoir, gentlemen. Have the police arrived?
No, not yet. Would you please come to the dining room, mademoiselle?
I'm not sure I can entertain all three of you at once.
Just me, Miss Bernard.
I suppose that'll do. Ooh la 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 la. You all look very serious.
A man did just die here.
But the show must go on, no? Shall we?
Mr. Vanderberg, don't wander off too far. I intend to speak to you next. Gentlemen. So you're famous, Miss Bernard.
You flatter me, Monsieur Gustave. But an actor does not seek fame. We seek only truth.
Then we have one thing in common. By the way, Mr. Vanderberg says he heard you shouting at Mr. Tesla at the front door, moments before he was murdered.
The Monsieur Vanderberg is a liar.
Really?
The butler let me in, not Tesla. He showed me to my room, and there I stayed until you arrived.
Well, if it wasn't you that was shouting at Mr. Tesla, then who?
I don't know. Perhaps we should have a séance and ask him.
Why did Tesla invite you here?
Just because you're handsome does not mean I will give up my secrets so fast.
I am an officer of the law. This will go as fast as I want it to.
But you'll get so much deeper if you go slow. Let's play a game together, huh?
I'm not interested in games.
But you are interested in the truth. In this game, we'll take turns. You answer my question, and then I will answer yours. This way we both get what we want.
Go on.
Do you like me?
Doesn't everybody?
I only care if you do.
Why would you care?
Is that your question?
Oui.
Because if the most dangerous man in the house likes me, then I'm not in any danger.
Oh, I'm not dangerous.
Oh, what a pity. My turn. Monsieur Detective, is there such thing as a mystery that cannot be solved?
2 men on a roof. One fell off. There was no way of proving whether he was pushed or he jumped.
The perfect crime.
My turn. I think you came here because Mr. Tesla told you he could make your mistake undone. What was that mistake?
I made no mistake.
No?
No. Somehow Tesla knew a secret that I never told another living soul. I didn't want him dead. I wanted to know how he knew. What's this?
It belongs to the man I called outside. Something is burning. Stay here.
His name is Victor Mondi.
Hello? Is something burning? I smell smoke!
If you didn't do it, I demand to know who poisoned my drink! You wait right here.
Is that Sunday way? Right now. Why? Now I'm gonna go back to following the detective. I think I'll try and follow him for the next few chapters. Oh shit.
What's going on?
Somebody was trying to burn this document.
Well, it certainly wasn't me. I was downstairs. What is it? What does it say? For goodness sake, man, what does it say?
It says other death.
What does that mean, other death? What other death?
Indeed.
It could be instructions for the killer.
No, this is Tesla's handwriting. Did you happen to see anybody else come up here?
No. No one but you. You smelled that burning from downstairs?
I did.
You've quite a nose.
Tell me, what am I gonna do?
Where were we?
Detective, I wish to be honest with you.
Oh, I thought you were honest all along.
I know who killed Tesla.
Who?
Victor Mondi.
And you know this exactly how?
I just know.
You have to do a little better than that.
Why else would he run away?
Remind me, what was your alibi?
You can't seriously believe what Vandenberg said about him.
I already have my master.
Call him in here. If I am to be accused, I want to hear him say to my face.
My master is my shame.
Monsieur Vandenberg!
Well, I certainly seem to be at people's beck and call this evening.
You told Monsieur Gustave that you heard my voice right before Tesla was murdered.
Not exactly. I said I heard a voice.
No, you said you heard a woman's voice.
I was the only woman in the house. That is an accusation.
I can't be sure that it was a woman.
May I remind you that you told me quite plainly that you heard a woman arguing with Mr. Tesla moments before I found him dead.
I wasn't being entirely truthful.
Then be truthful now.
It wasn't a woman.
Why would you say it was?
Mr. Edison is a very passionate man.
So?
Passionate men are best agreed with when their blood's up. Honestly, I think the voice I heard was a man's.
A man like Victor Mondi.
I don't know.
Mr. Vandenberg, either you were lying then, or you are lying now.
This is the truth now. Maybe somebody else got into the house.
No. Victor Mondi tried to escape. That means he's guilty.
I will decide who's guilty and who's not guilty. How would somebody else have come into the house?
The butler's blind.
Or is he blind?
Mr. Swan! Get out, both of you.
Terminators a minute too. What is?
Oh, I thought Mr. Swan was in here.
No.
Flora.
Mr. Edison, could I borrow you for a moment?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, that's quite the pocket watch. May I see it?
I bought it at auction. Belonged to Mozart.
Really?
Can I show you?
So what is it?
We are friends, aren't we? Would you like to talk with the dead?
What do you mean?
How may I help you, sir?
Mr. Swan, did you let each of the guests in personally?
Yes, sir. All except for Miss White. She came with you.
Right. And when you opened the door, could somebody else have snuck in behind them? Maybe somebody we don't know about?
I don't know, sir.
Forgive me, Mr. Swan, but why would Tesla pay to have a blind assistant?
To keep his secret safe from prying eyes. And he did not pay me. I work for free. It's what the government says I must do to stay here in America.
That's slavery, what you're describing.
No.
What was that noise?
I was a slave in Zanzibar. Here, I am an indentured servant. But if people think I killed Mr. Tesla, I will be sent back. I cannot go back.
Mr. Swan, I wouldn't worry. Blind men don't usually get blamed for murder.
It's because he's not blind.
Thank you. Please, excuse me. I must turn down the guest rooms.
Of course.
Ah, you're right. It's not supposed to be.
Hello? Hello?
What's that? What's he up to?
Flora Sluckett.
I thought I could grab that.
Is this contraction really work?
What? Why am I...
Monsieur Tesla, Tesla! If your killer is in this house, speak his name. Speak his name.
It came from in
Flora?
there.
Where is she? Where is she?
I don't know.
Flora?
That wasn't open before.
What's going on?
Je ne sais pas.
Flora! I suggest you...
What?
What happened? Flora.
I just found him. I found him like this. It wasn't me.
He's dead.
Oh my God.
We all know who it was. It was this godforsaken animal.
Put that finger away before I snap it off.
Spoken like a true innocent man.
Yeah, and where were you?
I was with Mr. Swan.
It is true. He was with me. Who would want to kill this boy?
I don't see anyone giving you an alibi.
I was with her. Tell him. Tell him.
She doesn't seem very keen, does she?
It could have been Miss White.
Don't you dare.
I say we tie up this animal until the police arrive.
Dear Mr. Tesla, thank you for your kind, if rather ambiguous, invitation. I do not know how you came to hear of me, but in truth, I'm very short of friends these days, so I will gladly come to your island. However, while I'm there, please refrain from...
And take him back to his cage for good.
That's enough! Mr. Edison, I need to mark the time of death. Do you have the hour?
It's 11:35.
Mr. Swan,
Yes, sir.
why are you wet?
You were outside, I seen you outside.
When I had Miss White scream, I thought it was coming from outside, so I went to make sure.
Nah, you can see you're a liar.
You're blind, not deaf. Her scream clearly came from under the house.
Sir, if you had suggested that I had anything to do with...
Now hear this! All of you. I sat quietly and listened to your lies. And one of you took that to mean I was a fool. And in your arrogance, you took another life. This young boy's life. But I promise you, this will not go unpunished. This will not go unpunished!
Very angry. Never seen him at all in that one.
Florence Luckett.
Gustav, we've been here a quarter of an hour. Let me check the house again. We might have missed something. I don't think you should be drinking.
What were you doing in the basement?
You told me to look around. You must know I had nothing to do with this. I'm the one who found him.
A deductive mind would see that as evidence of guilt.
Oh, really? And what's your alibi?
When we arrived together, I didn't have time to search Tesla's body thoroughly. I was distracted. But later on, I had another look and I found this. It's yours.
Why would I make a duplicate of my own locket? Somebody is clearly trying to frame me, aren't they?
Give me back Mr. Tesla's gun.
For goodness sake, you can trust me. You said so yourself.
Give me back that gun!
I don't have it. I didn't feel safe carrying it around, so I hid it away.
Get it. Now. Don't take too long.
I'm going to stay here with him.
I, Victor Mundi, direct that all estates, inheritance, and other death taxes shall be paid as an expense of administration. Other death. Son of a bitch! Rose water. Going somewhere, Mr. Edison?
I'm going to my room to lock the door and wait for the police. And once they take that Victor Mundy away, maybe I'll come out.
I thought you'd like to spend more time in the basement, lapping up a little of that Tesla genius. I had a revelation about those two words we found. Other death. You see, I don't think it was a prediction from beyond the grave, or even instructions for the killer. But I think you know that. Don't you, Mr. Edison?
What I know is, you're drunk, and you're grasping at straws.
You burned that document, didn't you? But thanks to Victor Mundy, I know what it was.
For goodness sake, go to bed.
If you die without a will, they will auction off everything you had. That means all of Tesla's inventions, all of his patents, all of his genius. It will all go on a nice little auction, where a thief like you can snap it up and put the Edison stamp on it. But what if somebody were to figure out your little plan and wanted to bid against you at the auction? You're wealthy, Mr. Edison, but you're not Vanderburg wealthy, and that's why you killed him.
And I'm sure you have all sorts of evidence to support this theory, don't you, Detective?
It's all about time. Time is the key to solving this case. Remember when first we met? I asked you to mark the hour of death of Mr. Tesla. You took out your pocket watch and said 6 o'clock. And right at that moment, the grandfather clock struck 6, which meant that your pocket watch and the grandfather clock were both on local time. Perfectly synchronized. But later when we went into the basement and I asked you to mark the time of death of Mr. Vanderburg, you said 11:45.
So what?
Well, when I went back upstairs a few minutes later, I heard the grandfather clock strike 7, which meant that your pocket watch was no longer on local time. Do you know where in the world it was 11:45 when you told me that?
Where?
Manchester, England. The hometown of Mr. Vanderburg. The place to which his pocket watch was set.
This is nonsense.
Is it? Turn out your pockets, Mr. Edison.
Even if I did kill him, why the hell would I take his pocket watch?
You can't put a steak in front of a wolf and expect them not to eat it.
Satisfied?
Other pocket. Give it to me.
Stop!
Stop.
Am I supposed to believe you're going to shoot me? How will you explain that to the police? Oh. I see. You never called them.
Because I know how easily you can fool a policeman. We all came here to make our mistakes undone. I cannot undo mine, but I can make sure it doesn't happen again.
And after you shoot me, I suppose you'll justify yourself to the law by showing them the only piece of proof that confirms your story. And then they'll have to believe you, won't they?
Don't. No! Doesn't matter. I still have the locket. I don't know why you made a duplicate, but I know it proves something!
I've never seen that before in my entire life. Why don't you turn the gun on yourself? You're nothing but a drunk. A detective who let 2 murders happen under his nose. And me? I am the father of the modern age!
You killed that boy! And you killed Mr. Tesla!
Is that what you believe?
It's what I know! Men like you escape the gallows, but you're not escaping me!
What?
Are you all right? You should come inside.
Is that it? Just 4 chapters?